Hi there, I'm Jonathan and welcome to my channel, Jonathan's Diamond Painting and Stuff. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're coming back to me, welcome back. I'm so glad to have you here today. So today I'm going to do a little kitting up video and I'll probably chat a little bit alongside it. If I go on too long, I might speed up the process towards the end of the video, but I'll try my very best to talk while I'm doing this. So, as many of you know, I'm going to Disney World on Saturday. Really getting quite excited now, which is amazing for me because I never thought I would get to this feeling, of excitement for this holiday. I know it sounds really daft, Disney World and everything, but I've been so many times, but with my anxiety, my depression, and going out my routine and just doing really something completely radically different every day, it was freaking me out a little bit, and I was struggling to look forward to it. So I'm really glad that I am going with my mum and dad and my hubby Ellen, obviously, and I just can't wait. I've not had a holiday like this since before COVID, so it's just like been lots of mini breaks in the UK, breaks in Europe, just not anything major really. So I just so excited. So anyway, I wasn't going to take anything away with me, but a couple of my subscribers said when I was like thinking, oh, I'm not sure what to do when I'm there in my free time and stuff, at the end of the day, and they did suggest I should take something small like one of the paint gem kits. So I hadn't really thought about it, and I thought, yeah, why not? So I've got some paint gems, but I thought, well, I'd take a new set with me. So I dutifully ordered some more. I got the Museum's Edition Part 1 for Sarah, which is the one with all the classic portraits, classic paintings like the Scream, girl with the pearl earring. It's got the Van Gogh Starry Night. Sorry, yeah, that's Vincent Van Gogh, isn't it? And Mona Lisa, all those things. So she's excited to get that one, but I was drawn to this one, which is the Tuscany edition. Just zooming you in a little bit so you can see a bit better. So this is a 8 painting kit, but the paintings are quite detailed, and I loved how they were like mini landscapes, if you like, so I thought that's really cool. So yeah, but we'll go through them in a second. But yeah, it's just beautiful colours and everything. But yeah, so let's just open it up and have a little look. Yeah, so all the paint gem kits have this little box with the sleeve saying what kit it is on the outside. My only complaint really is they don't list anywhere how many colours there are in a particular design. I think it might be on their website, but yeah, so that's annoying. So I just have to count. And I stupidly thought on the sticker sheet here it says Mini 48. I thought that meant 48 colours, but that's actually means it's kit 48. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12, 24, 12, 24, 30, 36, and then it would be 48, wouldn't it? But it's 2 minus, so it's 47, 46 colours this one has. Sorry, my maths is absolutely appalling. I do apologise. And then just looking at this palette, I mean, it's a range of tones. There's quite a few dark tones in here. So we've got the black going up to some browns and greys, going to some more warmer browns, and then we've got a couple of purples. Again, maybe a slate black. Yeah, some few blacks going across here as well. So quite a few. And then we've got some greens, a Some reds, the classic Devil's Red, the 666. I'm just thinking, is there... Oh, 921. Is that my one of my favourite reds? I'm trying to think. I can't remember now. But yeah, some oranges, a yellow, and again some more purples going into blues, and then a white. Okay. Right, so let's just, first of all, I'll be talking about the drills in depth in a minute, but let's just have a little look at the little canvases, shall we? So you open this out, they come with this lovely little foldery thing, and you can just fold this up, and it's a really nice way to keep them if you're travelling or you're going around and everything, you know. And in this folder, it just has a few little tips and tricks, if you like, and what to do and what's included. So in the middle section, it has got like it's the canvas setters included, which is this, the applicator and grip, the tool bag, labelled gems, multiplacer, tweezers, colours chart, white tray, and heart wax. And then just at the top, some tips and tricks. So you've got multiplacers to speed up the process by applying 3 or 10 gems at a time. Obviously, you can do that differently depending on, you know, how you do it. Now these, I have a feeling these will be very high confetti, so these might not be as multiplacy as, you know, as you'd like, which might actually find quite nice to chill out and do some confetti single placing on my holiday, because I do feel like a different part of my brain is working when I'm single placing to when I'm multi-placing, you know. So yeah, sticker labels. So yeah, these are all labels for all the bags or the for all the pots you're going to put them into, and it says to avoid dry out, place the clear film back on the adhesive layer, but these do last a little while. But yeah, just be careful, because the poured glue on these isn't quite as strong as with the big canvases like Diamond Art Club, but I've never had a problem with the stickiness. Yeah, peel off the adhesive layer covering the canvas, choose a letter or symbol from the canvas, choosing the colours chart, locate the corresponding gems back, pour gems into white tray and shake to align. Now you can, because these are all pre-bagged, you can work from the bag, but I still like to kit up, you know, into little pots. That's just me. Yeah, dip the tip of the applicator into heart-shaped wax, pick up a single gem, multiple using the multiplacer tool, place a gem on the canvas matching the letter and repeat. Voila, you're ready to frame your masterpiece. Yeah, so, and if it's more help you want, you can just scan the QR code and you can open up a chat with one of their teams. There you go. So you can see all these different ones. So, and looking at them now, I mean, like I said, I don't think there's a lot of opportunity for multiplacing. I mean, there's a few bits here and there. I mean, you could if you wanted, but you could do either or, really. But this is like kind of looks like a field of lavender or something, but with some farm buildings and some trees and some sky and some overlapping foliage. So that one's really nice. And then we've got like kind of a mountainscape with some fir trees and what looks like a reflection, I think, in like a river or something. Yes, that's beautiful. I was going backwards, sorry, from 8 to 1. And then again, a lovely, it looks like a little bit like a church, doesn't it? Like church tower, mountains, sky, the sun, with like a river and some like flowers alongside it. That's really nice as well. And then this looks like a sunset sort of thing, doesn't it? These just look like a few very Tuscan buildings, and that beautiful sort of almost Mediterranean sort of look to them with the white and the red darkish roofs. But yeah, that looks very nice. Then we've got some sunflowers in the field, again a little house, and I'm wondering if that's supposed to be sunset or... Oh no, I think it's meant to be like maybe a field of corn or something at the back there. But yeah, that's beautiful. And then we have got a couple of boats. What look like boats to me. It's hard to tell. It looks like a waterfall going into a river of some kind. I'm just trying to work out whether this is a rock. Oh, wait, no, sorry. That's a bridge, isn't it? It's so hard to tell with these pixelated pictures until you've done them. But yeah, that's a bridge going over, and that's kind of like what looks like a waterfall crashing. And just see if I can see that one anywhere on here. Yeah, it looks like a waterfall crashing down here between those two houses. So this is like really straight on view. So you're looking at it bang on. And this is the buildings that you can see. Yeah, so it's a head-on view to that, so you just got a cross-section kind of that, you know. Well, that is amazing. Just the effect of all those little different colours of blue and white, just giving that effect of the waterfall crashing down. That's amazing, I love that. Then we have got kind of a poppy field. Again, another building, more trees, sky. That's very nice as well. And finally, we have got just a nighttime scene with the moon and nice beautiful blues in the sky and some buildings, maybe some more lavender sort of flowers and just a path. So yeah, they are absolutely stunning. I'm so glad I got this set, and I'm so glad I'm going to be doing this when I go away. Although no idea how much time I'll have. If you saw my last video, I got a light board, a tiny light board to do these with. So I'm all getting prepared. And just so we've covered everything, just have a look at the toolkit. I think I've gone through what's in it anyway. So you've got the tray, which is smaller than normal, and plastic tweezers. I don't find these quite as good as the other ones, but I don't really use these tweezers. I always use my own metal tweezers, and I've got so many from Diamond Art Club, it doesn't really matter to me. A lovely pen, this is white with some sparkles on it. The squishy, which is a black squishy, and then we've actually got a couple of 4 placers and 1 10 placer, but these are wide profile placers, so I would prefer to use the metal Diamond Art Club placers if I'm doing multi-placing. But like I said, I'm not sure whether I will or I won't. But yeah, so, and oh, you got the wax as well. Trying to think if they changed this to the heart one, and if they had the because we had, I'm sure we had a little circle one last time, but maybe I'm lying. But yeah, that's lovely. Okay, so let's put all these away. Right, so much as I love the Artdot round top containers, I wanted to travel a bit lighter, you know, not take up a big significant portion of my luggage with the Artdot containers. So I bought the Artdot Small Tic Tac style containers. Now I've never used these before. I didn't really want to use them, but because it's part of it's just part of you know, going away, travelling light and everything. I thought I'd give these a go anyway, because you can get a high amount of colours in a very small amount of space. I think this takes about 64 boxes, I think, so yeah, so quite a lot. And this was very, very cheap. I think it was about, I'll put it in the overlay, but I think it's about £6 to £8-ish, so yeah. So I'm just going to open the colours now so you can get a better look at the variety. Just speed it up now. Now I'm trying not to ruin the order because they usually bag these in order. So if I'm careful, I don't have to. It makes life a bit easier for me. $415. 318, 317, 310. There we go. Tiny, tiny bit of 310. If you don't like it. Right, okay, so I think I will just see if I can just move these all over here. There we go. And I'm just going to, one thing is I'm not sure how to actually, because my little funnel, I'm not exactly sure. I mean, actually, I could hold it there and tip it in, but I'm not sure how easy that's going to be. Shall we have a go? Yeah, so basically, this is designed for the round containers, and as you see, it's got that little outlet here. There are ones specifically designed for these containers as well, but I never thought I'd use them, so I didn't have one. If this doesn't work, I will get my other funnel, my flexible funnel. Okay, so I'm just going to test this one. Once I've done that, I'll probably label them all, and then I'll go from there. Now that's one thing in that I'm just thinking how I should label these. I'm probably going to label it so that the symbol is on the top, as you can see, and then I'm just going to stick it right down the side there. So you see, so that when it's viewed in the thing, I can see the symbol, and then I can see the side thing. Okay, right. Okay, white. First one. Oh, and before I start, these look okay actually. I can't see much evidence of static yet, but you never know. So I've got my bag of static sheets. And then if we need them, we've got them here. And I will just put them inside the pots and shake them about a bit if I need them. Okay, right, white. So just literally opening up the bag and tipping them in, and that does not work very well. I don't know if it's because I've got the position slightly wrong. I'll try one more time holding it again, but I think I'll need my funnel anyway. Okay, I found it. So it's just a flexible silicone one that collapses like that, and you can open it up again. Okay, but I'm gonna have a very similar problem here, I think, because this is just too big. Okay, just let me see if I push that right forward to the, let's see now. Yeah, they're going in a lot better now. It's just the positioning, but I should get a funnel for these just for the future. But just because I never thought I was going to need one, and getting these funnels made is like a bit more. You know, you can't always just like say, oh, I want go somewhere and get somewhere to buy them. Now, there's a tiny bit of static, so I am going to be putting a little sheet in with each of these. Let me just shake it. Okay. Alright. I'm just going to start labelling all these up, and I guess I'll talk to you as I'm doing that. Okay, so I guess I left you last week with me being off sick until I'm going to Disney, and feeling quite anxious, and you know, I was panicky and had my panic attacks, and I saw the GP. The GP was very good and signed me off, and I've increased my sertraline now, my antidepressants. I've had a few days of that, but that won't properly take effect until about 2 to 3 weeks, which is why I wanted this week off, and I've got the 2 weeks in Disney, and then hopefully by the time I'm home, I'll be able to go back to work again. I'm certainly going to say I'm going to resume to my holiday, because I think I should be okay when I get back. Yeah, I'm just plodding along, just trying to get on with things, really. I don't really feel right now that I've got an extra week of holiday or anything. This does feel like sick time, you know. I just do feel like I'm just trying to get into the groove and just do something productive each day. I mean, I think the weekend, me and my husband did manage to go for a walk, and he's been feeling a bit almost burnt out as well, but he copes with it differently to how I cope with it. He is adamant that he's not going to go off sick and anything like that, you know, so it's difficult for me to support him sometimes, you know, because I feel that really he's like, almost like I was, but he struggles to, you know, I guess get the supports, you know, that he would need, but I try to support him best I can by not being too demanding and, you know, just doing what I can. So, yeah, anyway, I'll fill these row at a time. So, yeah, just thinking what we did. I mean, we've both been giving each other a fair amount of space, to be honest. I mean, I kind of wanted to possibly watch a film on Saturday night, but I think neither of us really wanted to that much. And we thought about watching Avatar because there's an Avatar ride in Disney World, but it's just such a long film, and we have both seen it. We didn't really feel we had to watch it again. I'm just trying not to force things too much because, you know, I want to be well for this holiday. I want to be prepared, and Saturday was quite nice because we both managed to spend some time together, and we did all the clothes packing and pretty much got everything we needed to do done. And yeah, so it was it felt quite good. 3, 8, 4, yeah. You know, to have that level of preparation, because normally I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just pack 24 hours before, you know. I mean, I guess some of that is my anxiety and just thinking I don't want to be in that situation where I'm panicking, you know, about what we're going to take. I mean, I still got a lot to think about, like all the technology we want to take, you know, our Kindles. And yeah, I'm going to take my Steam Deck to try and have something to do on the flight. And, you know, so just thinking about what I'm going to play on that and just making sure all these things are charged up, and yeah, and just making sure we don't forget all things like toiletries and everything, and just being prepared, and like what toiletries do I want to take. I've just bought, me and Sarah went out today to get some of the last minute bits for the holiday. Are you coming up here?
Like you're filming?
I am, but I didn't know whether you wanted to say anything.
No, I'm going for a nap. I'm going for a nap.
Okay, right. Okay, love you. Yeah, so I just like got some last minute bits together. With me and Sarah went to like an outlet, well, a retail mall. Well, just a bunch of places outside altogether. You know, it's not really a mall, kind of like an outlet sort of thing, but not. There's a big Marks and Spencers there, and a few other clothing shops there. You know, and so so I just got some last minute bits that I needed, and just trying to think what else. Yeah, so just trying to be prepared really. So yeah, so we did all that packing, and then what did we do? Oh yeah, and on Sunday, Alan came and spent some time with me in my craft room while he printed off a load of bump, basically a load of stuff. And now, the thing about Alan is he is one of the most amazingly prepared, organised people I could ever hope to meet. When it comes to things like holidays, and so I have absolutely no clue what how what how you know things have been organised and what's been printed out and what is needed for this holiday. And it's quite funny because Mum and Dad will say, "Oh, have you done that? Have you done that?" And I said, "Well, I don't know. Ask Alan. He knows. It's all been taken care of, you know." And yeah, so it's quite funny, but but yeah, so he is just an amazing person to have. You know, I love him so much, but he is just so organised. I remember quite clearly when we went on our first holiday together, which was to Vienna, and he just like knew where all the trains were going, where they're connected on the underground. And I didn't have a clue. You know, I mean, I was very naive, like 20, I guess, 21, 22 year old young man, you know, barely even come out, you know, and yeah, so, you know, I was relying on him quite a lot, but I guess that's been the way throughout our relationship, really. I guess I kind of like that person taking care of me, you know, but yeah, sorry, I just realised two stragglers from here. I think they're from here, aren't they? Yeah. Yeah, so he has like got things printed out, you know, for like the hotel reservations, for the car insurance, for our driving licenses, just in case, for you know everything. And you know, I mean, he asks me some things, you know, like, what do you want to do about this, Jonathan? What do you want to do about that? And I say, oh, let's do this, let's do that. And so he keeps me involved in the decision making process, you know, but yeah, I just love that about him. And because my mum and dad are going to Disney, they've never been before, they probably might not go again. Um, he's it's just nice to have that level of organisation, you know. But on the other, and we are trying to save a little bit of money. You know, so there's things like the flights. To save some money, we'd not got pre-assigned seats, so we're just hoping we'll be sat together. But we will be checking in as soon as we can check in, so we can see what seats we've been assigned and everything. But yeah, so just who knows. I mean, I'm not really that bothered if I'm on my own, sat on my own on the flight, because I just do my own thing and probably play my game and sleep and etc. You know, so it doesn't really bother me. But I just didn't really want my mum to be on her own, given that she's quite a nervous flyer. So we'll just have to have to see. But my mum has done some long haul flights now. She went to Canada to see family recently. My sister's one of my sister's husbands, his family lived there. So yeah, just check. Is this from these ones? Is it, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, I'm just realising that a lot of these are taking all the drills, aren't they? Because they're deceptively spacious. Bit like a genie in a bottle. 797, yeah. So yeah, we'll just have to see how that goes. I do love a holiday where you're travelling quite some time to get there. I have this weird thing where I just feel the further you travel to get somewhere, the nicer it feels. And so that's why I always feel like it's not quite as nice when you do a holiday here. But if I do a holiday in the United Kingdom, I want it to be at least 2 to 3 hours away. Because if it's on my doorstep, I just feel, oh, we could have done that on a day trip, and it doesn't really feel like a proper holiday to me. That might sound strange to you, but that's just how my mind works, I guess. But yeah, so the fact that it's like we've got to travel to the train station, then we've got to get to the so where I live on my estate, we're very lucky, and it's why we picked to live here, because Alan was commuting to London a lot when we first moved here. We're a 7-minute walk from the station, so there's a bridge actually over to the station from our estate, which was built like a year or two after we moved here, and it was just it's just so handy. And so whenever we've had to travel, like to fly anywhere, we've very rarely driven to the airport now. What we used to do was we packed what we used to do was we would drive to the airport and then either pay, for long-term parking. Like Stansted has a really good deal with that because there's lots of car parks at Stansted, and then you get the transport, the like buses into the actual airport. Or we would like pay a company that basically pick your car up. They'll drive it off-site to an off-site car park, and that's all insured and everything. But that can be quite expensive, and and after a while we wanted to we thought, well, we're just going to travel in, on the train or right by the train. So that's the easiest thing. If it's not a London station, but like it's an out of town one like Stansted, then it's a bit more difficult. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do. So we travel. We're actually going to be able to go on the Queen Elizabeth line, which is a new line dedicated to our late Queen Elizabeth II. And I've never been on it, so I'm excited about that. So this is a brand new, I think it's a tube line, but yeah. So, and if any of you don't know about a little bit of our history, but our underground train line system was the first of its kind in the world. It was built by the Victorians under Queen Victoria. A lot of engineering innovations happened during that period, and then obviously that carried its way on around the world afterwards. We have some really, really deep lines that go right under the river, and some more just subsurface lines. So you could go like 2 or 3 escalators, massive escalators down. It gets, very, very deep on the deepest levels. And I feel kind of like special, when I don't know, it's weird to me. I like it when I'm going on the underground and stations and seeing really stations that sometimes are feel quite famous, you know, because of me, me like playing Monopoly and stuff, you know, and you think, oh yeah, that's like quite a famous place, isn't it, you know? But it just yeah, it feels quite nice to travel to London in that way. As a tourist, my husband would not say that because he just travels it. He used to travel in every day, and he was one of the commuters that basically they're all traveling. You know, they all want to get to where they want to get. They don't care, you know, if they bash into you, you know, or if you get, God forbid you, if you get in the way of a commuter, you know, they're just like they know all the shortest ways to get places, and they are gonna get there, you know. So, um, yeah, and we get a little bit. We probably won't get that much of a taste of that because we're flying out on Saturday this time. But if you're traveling in the week, God, yeah, you know. But yeah. So anyway, you then end up, you know, traveling to the airport. Then we get to the airport, and we'll probably have had breakfast already, actually. So there'll be no big breakfast, you know, at the airport. But we might get something to eat. I don't know. Our flight goes in the afternoon. I think around about 2 o'clock-ish. I think in the afternoon. So it's a later flight than we would usually get, but like I say, we're trying to conserve money. So if we'd gone earlier, it would have just been a lot more money. And yeah, so it's a later flight, so we're not going to get much done the first day. I think we're just going to get to the hotel, and yeah, so we're just going to get to the hotel basically, get something to eat, and then probably go to bed, and hopefully wake up early. We are staying at Universal for 4 nights, and then we are staying at Disney on property both times. Because we don't have kids and we don't have a big, massive party, for us it's always made sense for us to basically have stay on property, because it's just the two of us. I appreciate if you have a big, massive party, that can become not as viable, but we got used to enjoying the perks of staying on property in Disney. But recently they have been pulling back on a lot of these perks. We hope that they will all come back in time. A lot of this is COVID, so you know, it's affected a lot of things. Yeah, so for instance, I think they've only just brought back the Disney dining plan, but at the moment it's still not quite worth it enough to do. I will be trying to go through all of this, you know, in my post Disney whipping chats, you know, just to explain how I feel we get the best out of your holiday over there. But yeah, so it's what was I gonna say? Yeah, but the benefits of staying on property are, one of the things at the moment, it's always been free for us to park in any of the Disney resorts or in the hotel car parks. You know, you don't pay that however much it is a day, and I think it might be something like, I don't know, I think it might be something like $30 a day at the moment. I'm not entirely sure, but you know, so it's that is a lot of money, you know, to pay every day. You know, if you think about that, you're going to visit a park almost every day of your holiday. Multiply that by like however many days you're there. That can add up to a massive increase on the cost of your holiday. So that's one of the main benefits. One of the benefits in the past was that you could if you were staying on property, you could get your anything you buy in the shop sent to your hotel room. Now they've pulled back on that at the moment. We're hoping that comes back because that was quite cool. So you buy like a t-shirt or a mug or something in the shop, and you didn't want to carry it around with you all day, then you would be able to just hand that just say, can you send that to my resort? And they send it to your resort. It goes to the gift shop in your resort at the hub in the middle of your resort area, and you just collect it like the next day, and so that was really good, and we used that a lot, you know. But I believe that's not there at the moment. I mean, I think one of the biggest disappointments to us on what has changed since we last went is them getting rid of the fast pass system and replacing it with like this. They've got a Genie sort of. It's called Genie app, which I think you have to maybe pay an extra certain amount per day to get some a certain level of rides. Fast passes basically for a certain amount of rides, but the really popular rides you have to like log on in the beginning of the day or something and pay a little bit extra to get a ticket for an early fast pass to that ride, which could involve well, obviously a bit more money, and it also means you might not get it, you know. So, and then you'll have to queue for a long time. But I'm not exactly sure how it will be. Alan seems to think that this is a better time of year to go. So who knows what issues we'll have? But you know, he says stuff like that, and then terrible things happen. You know, so we'll just see. You know, I've learnt not to always trust exactly what he says all the time, but I hope, you know. Yeah, so but yeah, he's where are we now? Oh, we're on this side now, forcing to, yeah. Yeah, so that was one of the benefits of staying on property. I don't think so. But the other one is things like there are the transportation systems connecting all the parks and all the resorts, and although some of them aren't as good as others, they are free. And so you can get around all the parks for free. So if you really wanted to, you could just stay on property, not have a car, and yeah, just get around for nothing, basically, if you just did Disney or whatever. If you want to do Universal as well, realistically, you probably need a car for a certain portion of your holiday. And I just like having a car because I like being able to go to Walmart, buy our cereal, buy some milk, you know. I'm a little worried this time because I hope I'd be able to get my oat milk, because I'm sure I will, but yeah, it's because yeah, we bought a couple of cheap bowls last time, some spoons. We're actually going to take them back with us this time, so they're not wasted. And yeah, so that will mean we can have like a cheap breakfast, because most of the hotels have fridges in the room, so you can have your milk and stuff. And then yeah, you can just get a nice cheap breakfast, and yeah, and you don't have to waste your money on breakfast, you know, at the resort, you know. So that's quite good. When they have the dining plan, which like I said they've only just brought in, you get points which you can spend at most of the Disney restaurants and fast food places around all the parks, and you usually get, depending on what plan you're on, you can get like a point to spend on a fast food restaurant, a point to spend at a sit down restaurant each day, and a point to get a snack. The very first year we and Alan did Disney together, we really struggled. What was I going to say? Yeah, the very first time we did it together, we did the deluxe dining plan, something we will never do again. And the reason for that is it was just too much food. So this included like 2 sit-down meals a day, which could be 3 courses, and I think there was at least 1 or 2 snack points a day as well. So it was just too much, and we were almost ill from eating too much food, you know, because we felt we had to do it, you know, because you got all these points, you got to use it. We paid for them, you know. So sorry, just check if I've dropped a drill down here. Yeah, just got it. Yes. Yeah, so did I put on it? Yeah, but we never did that again. We always did the standard, and like I said, I think a certain time of the year, I think it's like is it February to April or that sort of time, they bring in for the following year, they have an offer in that you can upgrade like the basic dining plan, like the quick service dining plan, to the normal for not very much money a day, and so that is very lucrative thing to do. But obviously they're not offering that yet because things are only just getting back to normal, business as usual. So yeah. So just thinking if there's any other perks of staying on property. Now you get, oh yeah, the other one is you get the extra magic hours. So if you're ever wondering why there's people in the park before you or still people in the park when you're leaving at closing time, that's because you have these Disney extra magic hours in the morning and in the evening. And one of them I absolutely loved, and I'm gutted they're not quite doing this the same at the moment, is Magic Kingdom used to have really late extra magic hours, and so like it would like be 2 or 3 hours after hours, and so at one point that was like 2 or 3 in the morning that you could stay to. And yeah, and I just loved staying, just basically sleeping in, doing other stuff like maybe doing some mini golf or something in the morning at one of the Disney themed mini golf courses, and then just going into Magic Kingdom about maybe 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, getting something to eat and just doing all the rides and everything, and then staying as long as you wanted, you know. So that was really amazing. And I've got a really cool story where we did sorry, this is loads of static. Yeah, there was this one time we did Disney Haunted Mansion, and this was late at night, and there was hardly anyone on the rides, only us and 2 girls. Well, two young women, you know, maybe in their early 20s, or maybe a similar age to us, but anyway. And the bit where, sorry, I'm speaking to the people that know this ride, but the ride, you go in and you're ushered in by like these creepy dressed servants, you know, in like Victorian like servant wear, you know, with the pinafore dress, the black dress with the white pinafore and the thing on the head and everything. And yeah, so and you're ushered into this room, which is basically like an elevator that goes down, and it stretches as you go down, and all the paintings get larger and stretchier, and then you see weird things. And then anyway, and if you don't want to be scared, don't look up right at the end, but you always do, because and I won't say what's right at the top, but basically if you've not done this before, when the lights go out, just look up and you'll see something frightening right at the top of the room. But anyway, what happened on the night we did it, so it's very, very atmospheric, because there was only 4 of us in this elevator room that didn't that is usually absolutely packed with people, so it's completely empty. There's one of the maids are standing by the door, and we were like so, and at that moment where the lights go off and you look up and then you look down, and then one of the maid is right there in front of us and shined a light with her and did this really, really wicked grin. And absolutely screamed, you know, and the girl screamed as well, and oh my god, it was such a good time. And then just doing a ride like that at night is just so atmospheric and so spooky, and I just love it, you know. That is just but that was like one of the most amazing experiences that I'll never forget. Yeah. But yeah, and I think the girls, after we got off, they went straight back on again. And the other ride that's really quite cool at night is Pirates of the Caribbean. That is like a water ride, you know, with which has a famous song, you know, and has been modified in recent years to include Captain Jack Sparrow. and stuff. And I think there might be a silhouette of Davy. There might be like a projection of Davy Jones at the beginning now, I think, if I remember rightly. But yeah, you go down that and you witness like a battle of a ship and lots of other piratey scenes, and it's a very cool ride. But it's one of those rides that's quite cool at night. It's very much more atmospheric, so a lot of the park just takes on a totally different feel, and that's you. At the moment, you used to be able to only do that if you're staying on property, but sorry, the static in these is just insane. There we go. Yeah, so it used to be like you couldn't do the extra magic hour unless you were staying on property. But now what they've done is you have to be staying in one of the really deluxe hotels, which obviously is a lot more money than we want to spend this time. And then you get to stay the extra magic hour. But I was really upset that we weren't going to be able to do that, get that experience with my mum and dad. But Alan has looked at all the opening times, and Magic Kingdom does have some normal opening times, like till 11. So I think we will be able to get that atmosphere stayed until 11, so not quite the same as it used to be, but yeah, but I think that's very cool. We'll still be able to do it a little bit. And I said to Ella, we might have to stay in a deluxe later, and maybe they'll bring it back for everyone eventually. I imagine it's just cost cutting, because they don't have to have as many people, staffing wise. If yeah, they don't have to have as many people staffing wise if they do that, but yeah. But I mean, I think before I should tell you a little story, and this is the story about how I got into going to Disney World to begin with, and it's not exactly the most pleasant thing, but it's part of who I am and it's part of my history, so I thought I'll tell you. So I used to have some friends that I made on the ward that I used to work at, and these were friends that I got on with really well. I spent a lot of time with one of them, and I really we got on really well, and then we all decided that we were going to go to Disney World together. So just before the holiday, one of them had a friend that was quite a lot older than us. She was like of retirement age, this person, and she said, "Oh, is it okay if she comes on the holiday as well?" I barely met this person, but obviously in that situation you just feel like you can't say no. So I just I said, yeah, that's fine and everything, and then obviously the other person said it was fine as well, because you know what you're gonna do. But this person had one of the most abrasive personalities ever, and it was, and to be fair, my friendship with my other two friends that I went with wasn't always the best. I mean, I don't think I realised at the time, and I guess I denied it to myself, but they were a bit controlling. They, wanted, one of them wanted me to spend time with her all the time, but it was always on her terms. She was quite an ill person, but she let that define who she was. So it was a very difficult time for me. And I found, and I just didn't feel we were having the best holiday we could have. A lot of things were deferred to this other friend who had already been to Disney World and knew everything, the best things to do and everything, but it was all according to her. and none of us really had. I didn't really feel I had a voice, and I was feeling very stifled, and I got really stressed about it. Now, Alan went out to America for his work at the time, and and so he came and stayed with us for the weekend in the middle, and we went to Magic Kingdom, and that is the one saving grace of this holiday, was that Alan realised how amazing Disney was and really liked it, and I honestly never thought he would. And then since then he's been much more into the films and everything, and we actually ended up going back that same May. So we went in the January, and then we went back in the May, and we had an amazing time. And then we went for several years in a row, and then we went every other year, etc., until COVID. So it was an amazing thing to happen, and such a good thing to come out of that holiday. But when he went home, I was so upset, so devastated. I always remember describing this to myself. I'm very dramatic, but I felt like I was having a subarachnoid hemorrhage because I was just so stressed. I was so upset about it all. But yeah, so it wasn't an easy time for me, and then something happened during the holiday that gave me the excuse to put the friendship on pause, and then but then they came back. It resolved itself, and we were friends again. And then something else happened a few months later, where again and this was more final. What happened, and I found a way to basically end the friendship completely, because it was very toxic. I was not enjoying it at all, and then I decided. Sorry. Yeah, so I ended the friendship. It had run its course, and I never spoke to these. Well, I didn't speak to either of them again for many years, and then a few years later, I'd moved down here, and then I had my first business, and I think they found me through my business page, because obviously I blocked both of them on Facebook, and then we kind of rekindled things, and the past is the past and everything. And I did back up. I went back up to the place where they lived, and for a while, I think I had another friend up there that I went to see, and so I saw them at the same time, and for a while it was okay, but I just felt I was reliving the past, and every time I went to see them, and it wasn't healthy. It wasn't a very positive time in my life. I didn't have many friends apart from them, and that was a toxic friendship. So I just felt that I wanted to move on. So yeah. And so I think something else happened, and there was I tried to keep in touch with them, but I struggled to do that, living in different places. But they didn't try to stay in touch with me either. And then just one day, I just messaged the main friend. I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I've not been in touch and everything," and she never even responded. So I just thought, I can't be doing with this. So I just ended the friendship and blocked her, and I haven't looked back since. And oh my god, that is just such an amazing relief. So yeah, I guess I'm just telling you all this because it's part of who I am. I have had some very traumatic friendships, some a long time ago, some more recent, so it is a neurodivergent thing, particularly with people with ADHD, where we we give way too much of ourselves away and don't always get a lot back, and we struggle to cope with that, you know, and sometimes people just are toxic, you know, but you don't see it, you know, straight away, and you try to deny it and you try and think it's something you've done, but it keeps happening. And yeah, I'm so thankful that I found my bestie Sarah. We get on so well. I do feel that we will be together as long as it's possible to be together, you know. Yeah, it's just Sarah gets me, you know, like no one else has ever got me, and I just feel that no matter what I do, Sarah will always be there for me. Even if I say something horrible to her, she knows that I don't actually mean it, and she says something horrible to me, I know she doesn't, and we could sometimes rub each other up the wrong way, but then we laugh about it afterwards, and you know, and it's okay. You know, we just get each other, we get who we are, and that we're always there for each other no matter what, and that's just amazing friendship to have. And I struggle to make lots of friends, I really do, and I've made a few really close friends through like my Facebook group and through other Facebook groups since I got into diamond painting, and so that's been really good as well. But yeah, but no, I'm sorry I didn't need to offload like that, but it's just Disney is such a big deal to me and Alan, and I just thought I would tell you the origin story about how it all started, you know. So yeah, I'm just obviously not giving any names or anything about who was involved, and this is all my own personal account. It is 100% everything that happened to me, and I'm trying not to give, you know, every detail in the world either. But yeah, so it's just but yeah, but I'm happy now. For a long time, every time a Facebook memory would come up involving these people, I would get like a trauma response, you know. I would like feel really stressed out, remember it all again, and so every time they come up now I just delete them, and I haven't really seen any in quite a few years now. So yeah, and I'm happy, and I don't look back on it really as much anymore. I barely think about it, but obviously when I go to Disney, there's always going to be that level of trauma there that I suffered, but I just have to move past it and realise how much amazing the time I'm having, and you know, and I'm not like that, and I'm in a good place now, and I'm happy despite what these people did to me. So yeah, so let's end with something happy. I can't wait to go, and really, really excited. I can't wait to get some t-shirts, because I'm running out of Disney t-shirts. I think this... Oh no, this isn't Disney, this is Hollister. And my cardigans, look, I mean, this is all frayed and all sorts, and... You know, so I need some new clothes, you know, and I wear my Disney clothes into the ground, as you can probably tell, you know, so I just can't wait to go. And so it's not just about, you know, the attractions, it's about the merchandise and everything. I really can't wait to share with you guys, you know, how it all goes, and I can't wait to show you some of these Tuscany ones when I get back, you know. So I'm arranging a little bit of content while I'm away, but it's just as much as I can manage really with my anxiety and everything. But oh my god, I'm just struggling to think of what else to say. I'm sorry, I've been a bit here and there, you know. My mind isn't obviously completely focused at the moment, obviously. But yeah, so by the time you watch this, I'll be probably over the Atlantic. So be thinking of me and give me safe vibes to make my safe landing. I will put put on my Facebook group that I've arrived safely and everything, but I will be then logging off and deleting my Facebook app while I'm over there. I think, and the very capable Dawn and Sarah will be managing the group in my absence. So can't wait to get back and tell you all how it went. Sorry for the emotional offload there, and I hope that's okay. I just, I don't want to hide parts of who I am anymore. I just want to kind of own it, I guess. Yeah. Oh, and another thing, I am having some more counselling tomorrow, which I think is a good idea, just to basically just make sure I'm the best I can be before my holiday. And just that I had that blip last week, I just don't want to go there again. And then when I get back, it'll be every other week, So yeah, I'm glad I've made all these decisions. I'm glad I'm not feeling feeling guilty for being off sick right now. I needed the time. I just couldn't possibly have gone back before I go on holiday, and then it would probably ruin the holiday. So yeah, I'm very glad. I feel very, very thankful for everything I have right now, and I know I'll get through this. And yeah, so I hope you found this video enjoyable. And I'll try and put a trigger warning at the beginning and stuff I'm talking about. I don't think it should be too triggering, but oh, dominoes. So yeah, but thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please consider giving me the thumbs up, and if you like my content in general, please consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the bell icon and clicking all to get all the notifications. If you not all my videos are like this, but I do try and I do wear my heart on my sleeve, and I do try and talk about my mental health quite a lot, because that is, at the end of the day, is why I started this channel. But I do unboxings. Every now and then I'll do a tutorial if it's appropriate, if I'm doing something like that at the time. I just or if I've bought anything related to diamond painting, I'll do that as well. Okay, but this is me, this is who I am. So just so if you come to my channel, if you want to join my Facebook group, just stay to the end of the video, and there's a link there, or there's a link down below as well. I'm an affiliate for Diamond Art Club and Paint Gem now. If you want to get some discounts, just look below, but don't feel obligated to do so, because I will get a small commission for those for doing that. Okay, I don't know how long this video is, but I hope it's not too long once I've edited all the extras out. Okay, as always, bye for now.